Good morning and welcome to our spiritual center of Taize. I'm always grateful that you're here to join us for the next 45 minutes or so. And today is a special day because we start our series on freedom through flow. And if you're like me, you've had your ups and downs in life, and sometimes you get to that point in life where you feel like everything's against you, things aren't happening, maybe we're having trouble making ends meet, things like that. The energy around us just feels like it's sinking us down. But sometimes we have to realize that we are the ones that are stagnating that flow. Because yes, there are ways to stop rivers, but if you put stones in them, after a while, that river will continue to run and break down those stones. So today we're going to actually have a special service. We're taking the normal service flow that we normally do, we're throwing it out the window, and we're going to have a meditative, a contemplative, more is the best way to say it, flow in today's service. So while we're sitting here talking about it, why don't you share to all the social medias, let other people know that we're going to be doing this together. And if you're on YouTube watching this, you definitely want to subscribe, like, and hit that bell so you know when any videos drop. As well as if you want to help contribute, you can always contribute. The link is now down at the bottom of the screen. And there's a QR code you can use with your phone if you happen to be watching it on television to actually bring it up on your phone. So I already give thanks to those people who have helped us out and has helped us get, our guest speakers and things like that together, help upgrade our video equipment. Yes, we do it from the comfort of our home, but it does take a lot to get it out there. Talking about a lot of getting it out there is connecting with us. So if you're watching this at home, make sure you stay till the end to engage with us with the discussion questions. Today is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to give you homework, not so much discussion questions because of the type of service we have. And if you can invite some people over for some coffee and a good service, go ahead and do so. But if you want to connect to us in any way, whether it's a prayer request, whether it's a question, a testimony, letting us know how our teachings have helped you in some way, or any of our videos, as well as if you want to volunteer in your buddy slippers from home on a technology side, or if there's a musical gift or something that you want to help us with, let us know. You can also use the QR code to go to that page, fill out the form, let us know what you're talking about by the drop down, and then send it to us, and one of us will be in touch with you as soon as possible. So let's go back to the service today. So first of all, I want you to get a candle if you happen to have one in the house. So if you don't have a candle, go through the service with us and then come back and do the service again while it's on demand and have a candle, and you'll see at what point of that candle is. I'll be using a tea light candle today. Then what I want you to do is really engage with us today. We're going to have some chants. We're going to have some singing if you know the words. If not, then I just want you to close your eyes and let the music just kind of flow over you and just let it sink in. Sometimes those lyrics can touch your heart without ever having to open our lips. So you definitely want to be that. We're going to be doing some reflection and some releasing. Again, we want the flow in our lives. We want to bring the freedom and find that freedom in the flow. So you want to do that. And during the special service, you're going to be inspired to deeply feel yourself centering and opening the floodgates to that good, and you will be invited to stand in the knowing of your truth. So normally we come with a lecture, a lesson, and all that, but today what we want to do is engage with you. Trust me, I wish this was live somewhere where we can sit together and feel everything and really be a part of it. But, we do what's best. We get led to this space, and we know that together we'll still feel it, we'll still engage in it, and we'll open those floodgates in preparation for next week's lesson on freedom in the flow. So as always, make sure you got yourself tuned in, got yourself comfortable, got yourself going, and as we always do, make sure that you pay attention to the next spot as we move into the experience. And now that we are in the midst of beginning our ceremony, let us take this time to move within, to allow the outer world to kind of dissipate as we enter into that inner chamber, and allow the sounds of the singing bowl to wash over us. Allow ourselves to engage in the vibrations of the universe, followed by 2 minutes of silence. I hope you feel as relaxed as I do, as centered as I do, and truly in the moment. And our service today is in the tradition of a Taize ceremony and grounded in New Thought principles. So for those that are not familiar with Taize, it is a sacred chanting and meditative prayer service which began some 70 years ago in Taize, France. During the dark time of the Nazi persecution, following an inner voice, Brother Roger established a community that would live out the gospel's call for peace and reconciliation among all people. The Taize community grew quickly in numbers and in diversity. The Songs of Taize was created to transcend the many languages and unify diverse cultures within this community, allowing everyone to participate in meditative prayer, through simple songs and chants that encourage an authentic encounter with the mystery of God. So like Taize, our spiritual community is diverse and inclusive. Inspired by the teachings of the Fillmores, our intention today is to create a space where the revelation of the abundant flow of good embarks and embraces any limitations and allows it to be released. So any illusion of lack will be embraced and released into the universe today, so that we may be open to this floodgate of good. Woven together in the service are sacred traditions and teachings of both Taize and of unity, which is intended to create a rich tapestry of experience for you. So during our time together, you will be invited to anchor your own intentions for prosperity and abundance in a symbolic candle lighting. So why I asked you to have a candle. For now, we invite you to get comfortable and perhaps close your eyes and allow the music and song "Something is Calling Me" to just bathe over you. And if you know the song, feel free to join in and sing along. And let us go ahead and move in as that music just overtakes us.
Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feel like I'm walking on marbles. Can't steal the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling. I can feel my heart begin to pound. And everybody said, something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Long dark night, my soul it wanders. Can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere that I belong, Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Lord, oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, pull me deeper than I've ever been before. calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Compassion's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. My faith keeps calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Peace is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. God is calling me, and I'm grateful like I've never been before.
God is all there is. John 14:6 reminds us, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And in the biblical quote, the I refers to is God, of course. God, the one power, one source, the one life. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore states in Talks on Truth, God is the silent voice that speaks into visibility all the life there is. The power builds with hands deft beyond the comprehension of man and keeps going. With all the intricate machinery, universe upon universe, one within another, yet never conflicting. All its building is from the center to the circumference. This spiritual principle, God is all there is the golden thread that is woven throughout the world's various spiritual philosophers and religious beliefs. This, too, is one of the fundamental propositions in our New Thought teaching. Joel Goldsmith, who was an American spiritual author, teacher, spiritual healer, and many refer to him as the modern mystic, wrote in the book Practicing the Presence, there is only one power, and God is that power. There is no power in effect, and there is no power apart from God. God is the life of all beings. The truth has been in existence throughout all time and has been known to all people. This is the spiritual truth we must embrace and bring into our consciousness. If we are to open the floodgates of good, we must recognize that the one source is omnipresence. It is not God and the planets of the solar system. It is not God and my dog. It is not God and this body. The truth is that God as the planets, God as our solar system, God as the dog, God as my body. When we understand and recognize that there's only God, it is the jumping off point of our spiritual work. Because we must believe in God or pure consciousness if we are to use the spiritual power effectively. As we move now into a meditative space, I invite you to reflect upon the words of H. Emily Cady, who is a true holistic pioneer, a turn-of-the-century homeopathic practitioner, and the first female physician in America and a metaphysician. Dr. Cady treated her patients medically and spiritually. Dr. Cayley's clear and powerfully declaration of truth. There is but one hand in the universe, and it is God's hand. Let the beautiful song take you into our time of silence.
When a child believes he'll live his dreams, his prayers are heard, he fears no thunder, and when he falls, he safely lands guided by invisible hands. When a mother cries, she hides her tears, says the Lord provides, but she can't help wonder who will give her child what his heart demands. Oh, invisible hands. Lost in the darkness, we are lifted by love. A whisper and somebody hears. And if we dare to make that leap of faith, somehow the bridge appears. When a silent storm knocks me down and the tightened times pull me under, I'll stand again on these shifting sands, held by invisible hands. Oh, invisible hands. Lost in the darkness, we are lifted by love. A whisper and somebody hears. And if we dare to make that leap of faith, somehow the bridge appears. When a child believes, he'll live his dreams. His prayers are heard, he fears no thunder, and when he falls, he safely lands, guided by invisible hands. Oh, invisible hands. Yeah, yeah. Guide us safely home. No matter where we go,
I am one with God. As Rumi so eloquently stated, you are not a drop of water in the ocean, but rather the entire ocean in a drop. How better to begin understanding our relationship to God, to Spirit, to the divine that is all. We are constructed of the only material that exists, God stuff. And so created, we must then have the attributes of the divine. Charles Fillmore in Talks of Truth again states there is but one I am. It cannot be cut into parts. It is principle. That which says I am in all men, women, and children is identical. So it is that attribute that the Spirit expresses are ours to express. As we understand and acknowledge our heritage and power becomes usable for us. So it is that attribute that Spirit expresses as ours to express. As we understand and acknowledge our heritage and power, it becomes usable for us again. It is often said that the most important part of our spiritual work is embodying whose and who we are. If we truly understand the vast, limitless nature of Spirit, as well as our relationship to the infinite Spirit, then truly anything we state will easily manifest in our experience. I think it's interesting that Jesus, when he prayed, automatically came from that place because he knew exactly who and what God is, and he was totally aware of his relationship to God. So by understanding our unique heritage as a purposeful creation, we grow in understanding of how we are connected, in fact, one with God itself. And in that awareness, we are open the floodgates of good in our lives. And I invite you to chant along with the song, I am remembering who I am, followed by 2 minutes of silence.
If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And if you want to see more content like this, please support us on Patreon. The link is in the description below.
Thank you. We love you.
See you next time.
Opening the floodgates of good. We're now going to move to one of our sister teachers, our brother in New Thought, Ernest Holmes, from his book, How to Use the Science of Mind. He says, specific and direct because consciousness must be conscious of something. Therefore, no matter how high one's consciousness may be, it will still remain merely an atmosphere in consciousness unless it is directed. Therefore, in order to open the floodgates of good in our lives, we must recognize and establish whose and who we are. We must be clear and direct of our desire for good. Ernest Holmes tells a story in the book, The Art of Living. He talks about a client he once told and had. She was a piano teacher, and being a student of the way of spiritual principle work, she couldn't understand why she had been unable to demonstrate supply through the channel of her chosen profession. She was always saying, God is all there is, God is the only mind there is, God is the only presence there is. Holmes turned and said to her that she labored under the misapprehension that abstract statements can produce definite results. No greater mistake could be made in dealing with the law of life. We must always connect the law with what we are doing. Then she realized this is something she had never done, and this is why she had failed to demonstrate. Building upon the conviction she already possessed, Holmes taught her to think in the following manner. I have a service to render. My business is to teach the piano. Whoever needs my service, whomever I can personally benefit, those whom I can particularly aid in this art are irresistibly drawn to me now, today, this moment. Holmes taught her to live in the expectancy that wherever she went, wherever she would meet people who would desire her assistance, who would be glad to have it, and who would be able to justly to compensate for her service, would come easily to her. This is called creating a mental equivalent, a fancy way of saying you need to identify in your mind and embody in your heart what it is you desire to experience in your life. This was an entirely new lineup for Holmes. This was an entirely new lineup for Holmes' client, and one she had never thought she had used before. Holmes assured her that her belief in the infinite was right. Her statement about God was correct, but that she had not, and I love this phrase that he says, joined heaven and earth into one harmonious unit. And we know the biblical saying that says, so as above, so below. We talk about coming from the kingdom of heaven within ourselves and expressing it into the earth, into where it is. So Ernest Holmes' statement of joining heaven and earth becomes real to us now. A few months after having kept these ideas in mind, she found pupils at parties, in theaters, on the street, and all at once her friends seemed to remember her profession and began to send pupils to her. Holmes explained that there is no magic in any formula, but that nevertheless certain mental methods of procedure persisted in and believed in must produce definite results. So now you and I, we're going to come into this together. We're going to take a deep breath in, and I hope you have your candle ready. As you see, I have mine. We have already acknowledged God is the life in us. It is the only thing that we are expressing in. And we want to deliberately state that we're opening up the floodgates of goods into ourselves. So not only are we going to proclaim those words to ourselves specifically, or aloud, or silent to yourself if you wish, in a ceremonial fashion, but as you do so, we will light the candle and light up that floodgate of good in a divine manner, after which we will chant with ourselves, I am so blessed. And we will keep that light as a reminder of the light leading that floodgate of good into us. So take a deep breath in with me. Bring to mind that which you wish to envelop yourself in as the floodgates of good opens. State it loudly and proudly to yourselves out loud, or inside in your gate of heaven. And let us light the candle, allowing us to light the way of that good. And now join me as we chant, I am so blessed.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
An attitude of gratitude pulls it all together. An attitude of gratitude has been described as the power which attracts and magnifies the hidden possibilities of life. In reading Wallace Wattles' book, The Science of Getting Rich, there's a passage in chapter 7 that always reminds me of being in an attitude of gratitude. He says, gratitude does bring you more good, but that it is not the only reason to practice gratitude. Gratitude is preventive, because without gratitude, it won't be long until our thoughts will flip into what's wrong and what's missing. Gratitude doesn't only invoke the laws of increase of our greater good, but it prevents the downdraft of moving into the ideas and feeling of what's wrong and thereby creating more of those feelings. When we really get into the stream of gratitude, there's a natural pull to a higher life, a life with more meaning and purpose. This is higher consciousness, a feeling tone of appreciation, and all things that begin to attract themselves to us are in harmony with that attitude of gratitude. And the words of Ernest Holmes, as he describes gratitude, says, an attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are already in heaven. I want you to remember that to yourself. As we are in an attitude of gratitude, it automatically goes out and has us feel that we are already in heaven. So gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, and confusion into clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So let us spend a few moments in silent gratitude. We come out of our silence in a profound attitude of gratitude. We've come to an opportunity to share our gifts and tithes of our offering. And as always, if you are giving to your spiritual center, your spiritual nourishment, feel free to take your gifts and prepare them. If you are giving to us, our link is down below, and we appreciate all gifts. But at this time, as we continue with our service, we invite you into a powerful chant, God is My Source, by Karen Drucker.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything and every little thing that I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Oh, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, everything I need. God gives me everything, every little thing, every little thing I need. God gives me, God gives me.
So, as you gave, I am sure that the communities that you have given to have appreciated it. And right now, let us bless those gifts by saying we are thankful for these gifts. We bless the giver and the receiver and the stewardship of their use, and so we let it be. Isaiah 55:11 reminds us that so shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall do what I please, and it shall accomplish that for which I see it. And so we send our word into God's perfect law with faith and abundance and absolute trust in the law of God to bring about any desires, and that the desires end manifest within our world. God will absolutely mold our purposes when we allow it to do so. As we learn to depend more and more upon perfect law, we shall find that whatever is necessary to open the floodgates to our good will be provided, and we shall truly be cared for as the lilies of the field are cared for in rich and abundant ways. And for the final time this morning, let us spend a few moments in reflection, this time upon these ideas. On behalf of our spiritual community, we want to thank you for joining us for this special service this morning. As always, I would have loved to have seen your faces during this service, and I could have heard the chants ringing out through our spiritual center. But I believe that this is as beautiful as it is online as it would be in person. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you who watch this live, who will watch this later on in the day. So we prayerfully offer to you a namaste. As always, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And recognize the blessings of God in you. And the most appropriate way to leave this service is to give you a gift of a mantra I want you to use this week by Eric Butterworth, which just says, "Know, be still and know that I am in the flow." And it'll be posted up as we go out with the song written by Ricky Byers. It says, "I release." Namaste.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. You gotta let it all
And this is what you have to say.